Hey guys, how are you all doing? I am here to share a little bit of my makeup routine with you guys, and you're in my bathroom with me where I get ready, and hopefully the lighting is pretty decent and my setup will hold up. Earlier when I was setting up, it actually fell, so I'm praying that it does not fall down. I have all of my Savvy makeup that I use every single day, and there's a few additions that I've been loving that I want to share with you all, and one of them being the eyeshadow palette. This palette is beautiful. It's so pretty, tons of colors. Hey Tracy, thanks for joining. Tons of colors in the palette. And then back in June, Young Living added a couple new things, one being a hydrating primer, and there's also a matte primer. So if you are dry like me, then you're going to want to get the hydrating primer, and if you tend to be oily, then you're going to want to get the matte primer. The primer seems like something that maybe is just an extra. Do I really need to have a primer? Well, let me tell you something right now. It works so good. It smooths out your skin. It is so silky smooth. So it evens out your skin tone, and it really, really helps with your makeup applying evenly, and then also it's staying on all day. So I like to make sure that I put it all over my face, plus on my eyelids to make sure my eyeshadow stays. Okay, I wanted to share with you guys a couple of the things that I use before I put my makeup on, and that is the Orange Blossom face wash. We actually have new packaging and some new product ingredients in here. So this is the old one, but if you've used the Orange Blossom face wash before, you know that this lasts forever. Like literally, the tiniest little dot washes your face, and you can also add water into foaming hand soap containers to make this stretch really, really far. So this is great for really all skin types. If you're acne prone, if you're oily, if you're normal, it takes your makeup off really well. It has a ton of amazing oils in it. It's super plant-based and natural. It's great. Teenagers love it. It's great for everybody. I've never had anyone say they don't love it. And then back in June, we also started making the Orange Blossom moisturizer. So my husband and I have been loving this because it's for normal to oily skin. So I didn't even put my lotion on after I got out of the shower. So I put my moisturizer on. If you are dry, then you're going to want to go more towards the sandalwood moisturizer, or the Boswellia wrinkle cream is really great if you're aging. I tend to switch to the sandalwood one in the winter because it's just a little bit too light. Or you can do the Orange Blossom, and then like my husband and I, this little bottle right here is our moisturizer with geranium and tea tree. You can add that. So you can do the two, or you can just switch to one that's better for dry skin in the winter. Okay, so I put my moisturizer on, and then the second thing you're going to want to do is grab your primer. This goes a really long way because you're only going to want like a drop, maybe a pea size. Maybe about a pea size. It's really, really silky. So you don't need a lot at all, and I try to get my eyelids too because that's what's going to help your eyeshadow stay on really good. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Lisa, and I'm one of the leaders in this group. You're going to see me I'm going to be kind of looking away. It's going to look like I'm looking away, but I'm looking into the camera because I'm using this kind of as my mirror behind me. Let me move my hair out of the way here. I thought this would be a really good opportunity because I'm a mom and I don't always get ready during the day, but I'm getting ready today because a friend is coming in town and we're going to go visit her, so I'm putting my makeup on today. Okay, so once you get your hydrating primer on, I want to disclose the fact that I am not an expert in makeup. I do work in a salon, so I'm around makeup, so I pick up little tidbits here and there, but I'm totally not an expert. One little thing that I picked up along the way that I have always done since I learned this is to put your eyeshadow on first, which seems a little unnatural. I always put my foundation and all my skin stuff on, and then I would do my eyes last. But if you do your eyeshadow first, it gives you a little bit more leeway to be able to put your eyeshadow on, and then fix any of the mistakes you made before you put your foundation on. So really, really great. Hey Fina, thanks for joining. It's a really great little tip. Okay, so the palette is amazing, and I know why they chose these colors, and it's because it's the only palette we have, but this is good for anyone with any color eye. You really can use all of these colors, whether you have brown eyes, green eyes, or blue eyes. You want to make sure you have a couple really good brushes too. And this is a lot for like a day look for me, but I'm going to try to incorporate all of them just so you can see how they all work together. I always start with the brown, and I go kind of over my lid with the brown. And then I'll take the purple. Actually, I'm gonna go with more of the pinky tone. This one is so pretty, especially if you have a blue eye or green eyes. This would be super pretty. So I kind of go over the brown with this. Oh man, can you guys see that? I hope you can. You might be able to see this eye better. I go completely over the brown with this color. They're really, really buildable. I mean, you cannot go wrong. I honestly, if you get the palette, just play with it. Everybody's eye shapes are different. My eyes are huge, so I have a lot of lid going on here. You may be working with less eyelid. That's okay. You might just be doing a little bit more like into your crease to kind of open your eyes up a little bit more. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take more of the purple dark shade, and I'm going to work this on the outside. So the darker ones work really well when you're just working them into the outside crease. Kind of like this. And this purple one can go a little bit more in through here, because you're going to go back with your charcoal shade to make it a little bit more smoky looking. You can sort of see this one, how I'm just working it into the corner. And then I'll add a little bit more through here. Okay, see how that's going on really nicely? And then I'll brush off. I have a little tissue over here. I'll brush this off a little bit. And then I'm going to go back with the dark charcoal very lightly. And I'm probably going to blow on it a little bit, because it can get, that charcoal color can get really crazy dark if you're not careful. And I'll work that one through the crease. See how that's creating like a really nice smoky eye into the corner? I'm going to turn my head for a minute so I can actually see, make sure I'm not going totally crazy right there. Okay, and then your last color is your lightest shade, and I turn my brush over, I brush off that dark shade. This is very light. This is going to go into the top part through there, and that, if you made it a little too smoky, you can bring it down a little bit into the charcoal color to kind of cool it off a little if it got a little crazy. And then you can also work this into the crease. That opens up your eye really nicely when you do that. Let me turn my head so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of the basic, like using all of the colors. If it were just like me going to pick up the kids from school and probably go visit my friend, I'm not going to go all crazy like that. But if I'm going out on a date or something, I will. Then, since I don't have a lot of my makeup on yet, I can go back with my tissue You know what comes in really, I actually just ordered these and they're not, hopefully they come today actually. The Seedlings baby wipes are great for this. Like any kind of touch up or fixing your makeup, the baby wipes are amazing. I cannot wait to get them in the mail because it just makes this so easy. And then I'll go back with my brush and just kind of like fix any kind of little mistake I made there. Let's see. So this really incorporates, I have a mirror right here, so it's easy, kind of a little easier for me to do that on the side to make sure I got it all good. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is, and guys, I love Young Living makeup and it is pure and natural and amazing, but I have very dark circles and puffy eyes and we just don't have a concealer yet. So that's just one thing. I'm sure we're gonna have it in the future. We just don't have it yet. I did find off of a recommendation from somebody, this it's called a biocorrector and it's a concealer and it's from Well People. And it is free of all of the parabens, propylene glycol, like all the major chemicals that are in a lot of makeup products. So that is what I've been using as my concealer. And I just dab that on under my eyes. It works really good. So if you have deep set eyes like I do, and honestly as I age, it's just not getting better, it's only getting worse. So there's just nothing I can do about that. It's just how God made me and I have to accept it for what it is, right? Okay, so I ordered this on Amazon. I did not go, I don't know where else to find this. This was just kind of an impulse buy. I think I was watching another makeup tutorial and this girl said kind of had the same problem. A lot of people will use the Young Living foundation and mix it with the Wolfberry eye cream and put the Wolfberry eye cream on first and then the foundation powder underneath it, and that's a great concealer. It's not enough for me. I definitely need something heavier, and this does the trick. Okay, so at this point my makeup looks kind of funny, right? Because I've got these eyes and no eyeshadow or no foundation on yet, but that's where that's going to come into play right now. So you're going to want to have, I don't have the makeup brushes yet because I have some really good makeup brushes from a makeup class I took years ago. So I'm using what I have. But this is where the foundation comes in. I am using Warm 2 right now. These colors are so versatile. I have used Cool 2 and it's not like too cool for me. And I've used Warm 3 in the middle of summer. I could use Warm 3 right now. Like they're not that big of differences where you're really gonna regret it if you buy a shade off. It's pretty true to color. So if you are picking a warm tone, that means you are generally more, you have darker eyes, darker skin. The tones under your skin are not red. They tend to be more yellow. I do work with a girl that's more cool with dark hair and dark eyes, but she has a more reddish undertone in her skin. Like you can see the pink in her skin, and that's when you're gonna wanna use a cool color to control that redness. Okay, this is where the magic happens because you cannot have the mineral powder without this misting spray. It is amazing. So you're going to take your brush and you're just going to spray this about 4 times, and then you're going to tap your foundation into the lid and you're going to dab it, and then you're just going to swirl it around. Let's see. Swirl that around really good. I usually get one side of my face done. I'm like running out of my Warm 2, so I gotta tap it pretty good. That's gonna be next on my order. The foundation lasts a really long time. I haven't bought one of these in probably 5 months or so. It's been a really decent amount of time. Okay, so swirl that on really good. This is where like a bronzer would come into play. I don't have time for that. all those different bronzers and stuff, but a bronzer is really nice. And I've heard people say if you're going to use a bronzer, you kind of want to like go around the outside of your face. So you're going to bronze maybe like here, kind of like through here, a little bit through the top, and then kind of like brush it off and work it through. The powder is great, but the two together is what makes it more of a liquid foundation, and you can build on that. So if you didn't get quite the coverage you want, you're gonna go back, spray, add a little bit more, and then go back in and swirl again. And make sure you blend through your neck. Okay, my next favorite thing to do is fill in my eyebrows. You cannot have full makeup on, in my opinion, without filling in your eyebrows. It makes such a huge difference. And the multitaskers that we have are awesome. So you have the dark multitasker, which is what I am, and then there's a couple more colors now. So I just have a little bit of powder like in the lid, and I gently, because you could go really crazy and start filling in your eyebrows super dark, I tap it in a little bit, blow it off, and then I start gently, because you don't want to do it too hard, gently work it into your eyebrows. I'm going to turn my head for 1 minute to make sure I'm not getting this all over my face. Work that in, and then I'll do like through here really good. I cannot talk highly enough about the multitasker because it does exactly what it says. You can use this to fill in your eyebrows, and then you can then turn it into a liquid to use it for your eyeliner. So it's amazing like that. Okay, so see the difference? Isn't that nice? You can really see how that just like brought out my eye by adding a little bit to my eyebrow. Okay, I'll save doing the other one for later. And then once I do that, I'll just take the spray and I'll add a little bit to the brush, kind of wipe that off a little bit. And then I swirl the brush into the lid. If that doesn't do it, I'll just spray just a tiny little bit into the lid to liquefy any of the leftover that I had. And that's when I go in and I brush on with the same brush that I did my eyebrows. I brush on my eyeliner, and it's so forgiving. Like, it's seriously the easiest thing ever. Just liquefies it enough to get it on really nicely. And you can build on that if you want. You can also, there is a dark powder that's black, and you can use that too. But I just tend to stick with like the brown shades. And this stays on all day. If you didn't have the liquid part of this, it would not go on. It would be really, really light. Like really, really light. And then once it's not super wet anymore, I'll go back and I'll do the bottom. Oh, I really have to focus, don't I? Good. See what a nice eyeliner that makes with the liquid from the multitasker. And then I'll do that again on the other side. So isn't that nice? You can totally see the difference between the two, having the eyeliner and the eyebrow done and then not having it done. Lastly, you're going to want to do your blush. I love, this one's called I Do Believe You're Blushing. It's not too light, it's not too dark. I do that right into the apple of my cheek. Guys, if you haven't used this makeup yet, you can also buy it in the kit. I know there's a Cool 2 kit, there's a Warm 2 kit, and it just puts all of those shades together for you already. So you're gonna get a couple eyeshadows, you're gonna get a lip gloss, you're gonna get the misting spray, a bottle of lavender, you're gonna get a foundation, and that may be it. I'm not really sure, but it's a good way to start if you're not sure where to go and there's so many options. It picks them for you based on the color foundation you're getting, so it's a really good option. The last thing I would do, it would be to put on mascara, but I gotta be completely honest with you guys. I love Young Living, again, like I was saying before with my concealer, but I just haven't, I just can't click with the mascara. Even the new one, it's just too light for me. I mean, even looking in this video, I have like no eyelashes. They're very short, they're very straight. I need a lot more than just, it's just too light of a coverage. There isn't enough product that goes onto the brush for me. So, again, I love sharing all of this with you guys, but I'm not about the commission when it comes to mascara. It's a $30 tube. So if I don't love it, I'm not going to recommend it to you. If you like a light mascara that doesn't have, or you don't need a lot of volume and boost, then go for it. Because it's natural and it's good for you, go for it, but it just doesn't work for me. If you have an option that you use that you love, I would love to know what you're using, because it's one of the things that I just have not ditched yet. I need my good mascara. I love my lavender lip balm. This goes on all the time. I keep that in my purse. I'm obsessed with Uptown Girl lipstick. This looks good on everybody. Oh hey, Uptown Girl lipstick. I just put on my eyeshadow. What do you think? And then I'm a creature of habit, and if I have too many options, then I just won't use it. So once I have my Uptown Girl on, then I put my Maven on top of it. I was showing them, Lori, the difference between filling in your eyebrow and not filling in your eyebrow. So there's that. And I used all of the colors today. This is definitely more of like a nighttime date look. I'm definitely going to be going to the drop-off line at school, and people are going to be like, oh, where are you going? Because I usually go in my baseball cap and no makeup. So I guess I'm going to have to tell everybody that I was doing a makeup tutorial. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Like I said, this palette is good for all eye colors. You can use all of these eye colors if you have green eyes, blue eyes, or brown eyes. It works for everybody. This is probably the one that I'll have the longest, just because, like I was saying, it kind of creates more of that darker look, whereas during the day I might not be wearing such a dark look on my eyes. So thank you for joining me. I hope that was helpful to all of you, and I hope you're trying the makeup, because it is amazing and it's so good. It's so good to know that you're eliminating a ton of toxins by just switching your makeup out. So I highly recommend it, totally. If you have any questions about deciding what foundation to use or what you need as far as if you want to get the kit, let us know, because a lot of us girls and leaders in the group, we've been using all the makeup for about a year or so. So we've tried everything mostly, and we can help recommend some things to you. So good luck, and you are welcome. I'm so glad you came to join me today, Lori. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Talk to you soon.